Hyok Fu Lu Hai Hook, Tao Arin Going Na DIY Miniature Haribo Shop. I remember the first day when the idea of the DIY miniature Haribo shop house appeared in my mind. It's a beautiful sunny afternoon, and I'm munching Haribo gummy bears like it's the most important job in the world. Suddenly, an idea flashed like a bolt of lightning. Why not create a mini Haribo store? This would definitely be cool. This idea sounded crazy at first, but I quickly realized that sometimes the craziest ideas bring the most unexpected results. It all started on a beautiful sunny afternoon, when I was lounging on the sofa, chewing Haribo gummy bears with indescribable joy. The colorful gummy bears kept sparkling in the afternoon sunlight, making me feel like I was living in a sweet wonderland. I looked at the bag of Haribo candy in my hand, and suddenly, an idea flashed in my head like lightning. Why not create a mini Haribo store? This idea sounded absurd, but the more I thought about it, the more excited I became. I jumped up from my chair, grabbed a notebook and started sketching. First, I drew a large sign with an image of Haribo bear grinning, surrounded by colorful candies. Of course, at that time, I was still chewing gummy bears, so the page had a few sweet gummy stains on it. Those marshmallow marks are nothing more than marks of creativity, making the drawing more vivid. Every time a new idea comes up, I add little details, like tiny candy jars, colorful chairs, and even a cash register with a gummy bear behind it. While drawing, I couldn't help but laugh because this idea was so cute and funny. I told myself, just keep a positive attitude and a big bag of candy, everything will be fine. Every time I think about doing this project, I feel a rush of positive energy, as if the Haribo candies are not only sweet but also inspiring to me. I continued to draw and daydream about my mini Haribo store. From the entrance, gummy bears seem to be welcoming customers with bright smiles. Inside, the candy shelves are neatly arranged, each shelf is a separate sweet world. I imagine myself as a store manager, always cheerful and welcoming everyone to enjoy the sweetness of Haribo. The sketch gradually improved, and I felt very satisfied with the result. But I didn't stop there. I also thought about adding fun details, like a play area for the gummy bears where they could play and dance. Just like that, the idea of the DIY miniature Haribo shop house became more and more clear and vivid in my mind. Crazy ideas often bring unexpected joy and wonderful results. And with excitement and a bag of Haribo candy in hand, I'm ready to embark on this promising creative journey. Finding ingredients for this project was a fun adventure, like a colorful and sweet treasure hunt. I decided that everything in the store should be as small, sweet, and brightly colored as the Haribo candies themselves. First, I started with making a list of things to buy, feeling nervous like an explorer preparing to set out to explore a new land. I scoured craft stores for tiny candy containers. The tiny candy boxes must be beautiful and suitable to hold mini Haribo candies. I always remember the first time I walked into a big craft store, where everything was shimmering under neon lights. I felt like I was lost in a magical world with all kinds of boxes, jars, and crafting tools. After a while of searching, I found tiny containers, just enough to hold a few Haribo candies, but still remaining delicate and cute. Next, I bought brightly colored fabrics to make curtains and tiny chairs. The curtain fabric must be soft and vibrant enough to create a sweet and cozy space for my mini store. I walked around the fabric stores, feeling like an artist choosing each suitable fabric for his work. Finally, I chose pieces of fabric with cute patterns, from polka dots, horizontal stripes to small cartoon images. The tiny chairs are no less interesting. I went to the toy section, where there were countless miniature furniture collections. Choosing each small chair, I imagined Haribo gummy bears sitting on it, creating a lively and fun picture. There are times when I have to pick up each chair to look at it, feeling like I'm choosing important pieces of furniture for a real room. But the most interesting and also the biggest challenge is finding real mini candies to decorate the store. I didn't just want fake candy, but real candy, small and colorful to make the store realistic. I wandered through the grocery stores, feeling like a detective searching for lost treasure. Every time I enter a store, I feel nervous and looking forward to it. I inspected each stall, from the marshmallow section to the imported candies. After many days of searching, I discovered a tiny imported candy store where special candies were sold. My eyes lit up when I saw the mini Haribo candy packages of all colors and shapes. They are so petite and perfect for my project. Feeling like I had just found a treasure, I immediately bought a bunch of candy to bring home to decorate my mini store. Not only that, I also looked for other small details such as mini signs, tiny baskets to hold candy, and even tiny kitchen utensils to decorate the cashier counter. Every item I find brings joy and excitement, like a piece of the puzzle that completes the big picture. The adventure of finding materials for the DIY Miniature HARIBO Shop project is not only a physical journey but also a journey of discovery and creativity full of color and joy. Every little detail, every colorful marshmallow, all contribute to creating a perfect and adorable mini HARIBO store. And every step on this journey has been a memorable experience, helping me love and appreciate my creative process even more. Once all the materials were ready, I started building the DIY Miniature HARIBO Shop house. Feelings of excitement and nervousness mixed as I placed the colorful ingredients on the work table. Before my eyes was a small pile of wooden ice cream sticks, colorful fabrics, tiny candy boxes, and dozens of mini HARIBO candies. Each item has the potential to become an indispensable part of this lovely mini store. The first step is to build the store's frame. I took wooden popsicle sticks, cut them into bite-sized pieces, and then started gluing them together. The wooden ice cream sticks are small but extremely sturdy, and when tied together, they form a perfect skeleton for the mini store. Gluing each piece of wood together, I felt like an architect, building a tiny work of art step by step. Carefully and patiently, I attached each wooden stick into position, creating a sturdy and balanced frame. After completing the frame, I began to paste colorful wall panels. These walls are not just colored papers or fabrics, but tiny paintings in the HARIBO style. I chose pieces of fabric with vibrant patterns and pasted them on the walls, creating a joyful and lively space. Each color and each pattern is carefully selected to bring a sweet and attractive feeling like the HARIBO candies themselves. Next, I worked on tiny signs featuring a grinning HARIBO gummy bear. These signs are not only decorative highlights but also the soul of the mini store. I used colored paper and crayons to draw each sign, then pasted them on the walls and on the doors. HARIBO gummy bears with bright smiles seemed to be welcoming everyone into the sweet and fun world of candy. After the wall panels and signs were perfectly mounted, I started assembling the interior details inside the store. Tiny shelves to hold candy, tiny tables and chairs were all carefully assembled and arranged by me. I wanted to create a space that was not only beautiful but also truly authentic and alive. Every little detail, from the chair to the mini candy boxes, I placed in a reasonable and harmonious position. Finally, I added real mini HARIBO candies to decorate the store. Tiny, colorful candies are neatly arranged on the shelves, creating a sweet and attractive picture. Looking at the completed mini store, I couldn't help but feel proud and happy. All the effort and time spent paid off when I saw the amazing results before my eyes. The DIY Miniature HARIBO Shop house is not only a tiny work of art, but also a piece of fun and creativity. The construction process not only relaxes me but also brings endless joy and inspiration. Every step of the way is an exciting experience, from building the frame, pasting the walls, assembling the furniture to decorating with colorful HARIBO candies. And when I look at the finished work, I know that I have created not only a mini store but also a sweet and lovely space, bringing joy and satisfaction to myself and everyone. Funny moments. Every time I try to stick a small detail on the wall, my big fingers always accidentally knock it off. The sight of me trying to pick up a tiny chair with a pair of tweezers is exactly like a giant trying to pick up a pea with a spoon. The tiny chairs seem to be able to move on their own, rolling around and disappearing under the table, or getting stuck in the smallest gaps. Each time I picked it up was a challenge, and many times I had to crawl to the floor to look for the lost chair. At one point, I accidentally glued the HARIBO sign upside down and discovered it had hardened. It feels like I just created a store for gummy bears living in an upside down world. Looking at the upside down sign, I couldn't help but laugh and think to myself, perhaps HARIBO the bear will have to learn how to read backwards. To correct this mistake, I had to carefully remove the sign and restick it, this time paying more attention so as not to make the same mistake. One of the funniest moments was when I tried to put the mini HARIBO candies on the shelf. The tiny, slippery candies made me feel like I was playing a game of skill. I used tweezers to carefully place each candy on the shelf, but with just a slight touch the candy rolled to the ground. At one point, I tried using my fingers to place the candy, but this only made the situation more complicated. The tiny candies kept dancing on my fingertips, as if they were playing hide and seek. Another time, when I was trying to glue tiny curtains, the glue accidentally stuck to my finger. Every time I lifted my hand, the curtain also pulled, making me feel like I was in a comedy. The tiny curtain stuck to my finger and refused to let go. I had to carefully remove each glue thread from my fingers, trying not to damage the delicate curtain. In addition, gluing small details to the wall is no less challenging. I remember the first time I pasted small paintings on the wall. These paintings were light and easily flowed with the wind. One time, I had just finished gluing a painting, but before I was satisfied, a light breeze from the fan blew past, causing the painting to fly to the ground. I had to carefully reapply it, this time making sure there wasn't any wind that could disturb it. Every time I stick a small detail on the wall, I can't help but chuckle at my clumsiness. Big fingers seem unsuitable for working with tiny details. At times, I felt like I was participating in a challenging and humorous adventure, where every step brought laughter and joy. And it is these moments, although somewhat silly, that make the process of building a DIY miniature HARIBO shop house more memorable and interesting than ever. Go to decoration section. Decorating the store is the most fun part, and also the part that brings the most laughter. As I placed the jars of mini candy on the shelf, I couldn't stop smiling when I realized that the tiny gummy bears looked like they were having a party in the store. Each jar of brightly colored candy is carefully arranged, creating a cheerful and sweet space. I imagine gummy bears dancing and cheering around candy jars, making the store more lively and fun. I also created a tiny cash register with a gummy bear standing behind it, looking very serious and professional. This bear wears a tiny shirt and a tiny hat, as if he's running an entire marshmallow business. Every time I see this cashier bear, I can't help but laugh. The bear is small, but looks very serious, as if he is performing an important job. Store decoration goes beyond just arranging candy and creating a cashier counter. I also added other little details to make the store truly special. I made small signs with cute words like, "Welcome to the world of HARIBO," and "Enjoy the sweet taste." These signs are posted on walls and shelves, creating a colorful and fun space. I also placed tiny baskets on the shelves to hold mini HARIBO candies. These baskets not only make the store more cute, but also create a real candy store feel. I arranged the candies carefully, so that each candy was displayed in the most attractive way. Baskets full of candy look like small treasures, making the store more colorful and charming. Of course, I struggled with not eating all the candy used for decoration. Every time I pick up a candy to put it in place, its sweet scent and cute shape make me feel like a child who can't control temptation. At one point, I had to remind myself that this candy was for decoration, not for eating. But the temptation was too great, and I occasionally snuck a piece of candy to enjoy. This makes me feel like I'm participating in an exciting game, trying to restrain myself from delicious delicacies. One of the funniest moments was when I put the candies on the shelf. Some of the candies refused to stay still and kept rolling to the ground. I had to use tweezers to pick them up and put them back in place, but each time, the candies rolled out of my hand. This scene was no different from a game of cat and mouse, making me laugh so hard every time I picked up the naughty candies. Decorating a store is not just a job, but also a process that brings a lot of joy and laughter. Every little detail, from the arrangement of candy to the creation of signs and cashier counters, makes the store lively and colorful. And every time I look at the finished store, I can't help but smile, proud of my work. This is not just a mini store, but also a place filled with happy moments and memorable memories. Unexpected encounter. One of the funniest moments was when I finished the store and decided to show it to my friends and family. I invite people to my home to see my artwork. When people entered the room, they couldn't stop smiling. One friend even joked that my HARIBO shop house looked like a paradise for lost gummy bears. Everyone was impressed by the details and colorful colors of the store, but also couldn't help but laugh because of its fun and cuteness. The DIY miniature HARIBO shop house brought me a lot of joy and laughter along the way. But I know that my creative journey doesn't stop here. Perhaps in the future, I will continue to create other mini shops, maybe an ice cream shop, a bakery, or even a tiny coffee shop. What is certain is that each new project will bring new joys and humor. The DIY miniature Haribo shop house adventure has ended, but my creative journey is still long ahead. I hope that through each work, I can bring joy and laughter to people, helping them discover and appreciate the simple and beautiful things in life. Thank you for always accompanying and supporting me in this journey. Let's continue to explore, create, and share the endless joy of art and life.